Sounds good.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Side Quest. Not Side Quest, rather, Request. Side Quest without the side quest. There are no attacks.
We're still a bunch of shitheads. We're just not wearing costumes this time.
No costumes.
Well, most of us aren't.
No
I feel like I'm a much nicer person when,
maybe
I'm not in character. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
You, of course, know Thorne Midnight, or Ikram.
Hi.
And the new rookie, Pentagast, as played by the Smoking Rat.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything rookie about me left at this point. I've lived too long to be a rookie in anything, I think.
See,
and I, of course, am not Arcturus.
No, totally not Arcturus. Totally not.
No, you're the other dude.
No, I'm the dude playing the dude playing
He's
the dude
Arctur,
playing to be the
weird.
other dude.
Yeah, it's like.
I know who
sorry.
I am.
Pet. Pet. Small armored man. Pet. 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 Cool.
Oh no.
What the fuck is going on today? I don't know where.
Thank you for your...
You didn't think I wasn't gonna fuck with this, did you?
Oh, no. I assumed you would.
I don't know if I can get this right. I'm gonna try. Nope, I'm way off.
Bill thinks I'm pretty.
Stop moving. Stop moving, you.
I don't
Trying to put bunny ears on you. It's important that I do this once. Bunny ears. There. I'm done. Okay. Got it out of my system. Now it's over.
I'm lean, damn it! Hang on. There.
You will survive this. And it's your birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday.
And it's weird because I have packages on Rat's birthday.
Yeah, I do have a package, but I didn't order it, so it's weird.
Oh, did somebody send you something? Open it. Open it up.
Yeah. Well, I did open it once. Ugh. I'm gonna reopen it here, but I don't even know if I can get this thing on camera. It's actually kind of heavy. And my knife is very dull.
Someone get Rat a sharp knife.
Well, I've had this same knife for. I haven't sharpened it in a long time, and I've had it since 2004. It's quite old.
Someone get Rat a knife sharpener. Okay.
But what do we got here? There's a note somewhere in here. I don't know. I have, oddly enough, some like powdered drink packages stuff like lemon and or pomegranate lemonade and strawberry, I think, dragon fruit, acai blueberry.
You get it?
And then another box.
Potion making materials.
Probably, that would be my guess, that it is all potion making materials.
Indeed.
And of course, I actually did a good job taping the box back up, so naturally, and that's where I put the note. A gift from me. Enjoy your gift from Brian. So.
Oh.
Thank you for your kind generosity, Brian.
Yes. Oh. And it is an entire dozen of jars. So a whole pack of 12 of them here.
Something
They have regular cat lids. Might have to find cat corks for them, but
I mean, also if they're far enough back, nobody can really tell either.
yeah. But they're just regular jars with a black lid. I like that. It's kind of cool.
They're like little apothecary jars.
Yes, very very nice. I will have to find some shelf or something to maybe put up that I can put them on or something. I don't know. Someday I'll have to turn this entire room into my alchemy lab.
Jinxie apparently is having trouble hearing me, for they are demanding someone insert a microphone into my face.
That's because you sound like you're in a bucket. Because you're in a bucket, a big metal one.
Do not confuse me for Lord Bucket.
I'm not going to confuse you
Lord
for
Buckethead!
Yeah, he's not Buckethead. No. Oh.
Just the one
Anyway,
rat?
yeah. I'm repacking things so they don't go blowing everywhere because
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
sorry.
open mine too. I like opening mine on request days anyway, because I feel like sometimes package openings on in-character nights take a little while.
Mhm.
But it's okay, whatever. So I'm
But
gonna take a package and open them. Sorry, I don't mean to steal your thunder, Rat.
No, it's fine. Thank you, Brian. It was interesting how I got this because I put up a wish list and and then I got a package and I'm like, somebody bought me something off the wish list? And then I was confused because nothing had been bought off my wish list. And I don't know how it got to me. It confused me.
I also
I did not know that they could use my wish list to send me stuff. Like they could use the address basically to send me stuff that I didn't put on. I did not know that. So thank you again for sending it. I will try to put it to use as best I can.
I also have a dull knife, but in my defense, the knife is meant to be dull because it's a letter opener.
Yeah, mine was given to me by actually, it was a friend of mine who was in the army. He carried this and he gave it to me.
But
So it
must
turns
tell
out
them the whole story, my liege.
turns out that one of those things is actually just something I ordered, and I'm not about to show a bunch of mostly men in the chat a bunch of makeup that I bought. I'm pretty sure, don't care.
Makeup.
You never know what men are into.
No, it's not even like the fun kind of makeup, like a fun, colorful palette or anything. It's literally just like toner and fixed spray and boring shit like that.
Is it like that foundation stuff that comes with a giant pad so you can beat yourself in the face with it and leave dust everywhere?
No, it's just like a primer bottle and some other stuff, but it's very boring.
Oh well, okay.
It's not even the fun stuff. It's like just the stuff that I like to have certain face primers because I just like spraying them on my face when I'm feeling crappy and they make me feel better. So I carry them around my purse. Sometimes I lose them.
That way you're always primed and ready.
Yep, I just got hit right in the face with the smell of very real leather. That smells awesome. I love the smell of leather.
Yeah, leather does smell awesome sometimes.
Yes, it does. These are from Octane Junkie. But Fiza now has shoes.
Oh, very nice.
Persian style.
Octane Junkie is the source of my brigantine, which I, of course, never wear on a day-to-day basis. That would be weird.
Well, those are nice.
Yeah, they're really cool, and they're like Persian style, and they come with spare laces so I can change out the paracord, which I'll probably do, honestly. Paracord's nice, but it's not very authentic. Not that anybody's going to see my feet on side quest unless we have a meetup. But now, when that happens, I have a whole costume now, actually, because I do have bottom.
I always thought paracord stretched really well, it's really stretchy. Maybe I don't know. Paracord could be different. Depends on who makes it, I guess.
No, it doesn't seem like it's stretchy.
I've got paracord that would stretch to double its length. Like a 10-inch strand would become 20 inches wide. I'm like,
I think that's
what is wrong with this stuff?
But it's Steel Mastery, which I think is the same people that got you made your brigantine, isn't it?
This brigantine comes from the Forge of Spawn.
Oh, Okay, never mind.
None new. I believe Steelmaster makes some fantastic products as well, but this piece was commissioned.
Try my
For my sake, from the Forger's Hon it is.
That's the wrong.
It was made for me.
It's special.
Oh, I see. Could be shock.
Objectively would not
Could have been
exist.
shock cord. Okay.
If it weren't for me, it is proof, therefore, that I exist.
You know, just because. Can you just say exterminate like a Dalek? Just because.
Exterminate! Exterminate! Exterminate!
Spooky says that these are BDSM boots. Any boots can be BDSM boots if that's what you're into.
Hmm.
Yup. Don't tell me about it. Please.
I can't really move the mic down, but I can move down to the mic. Are you sure that's what you want? Are you sure?
I don't get it.
I requested nothing.
No, not you. Someone requested it, and they knew who they are. They know who they are.
Okay.
I feel that someone should sing at you, in the style of Marilyn Monroe.
No.
There's no way that I'm singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President.
No.
That's not going to happen for free.
I should never be president, ever. Don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Smoking Rat. Happy birthday to you.
I was right. I don't want anything to do with this.
No. You had to add that last bit. No. Oh. Ugh.
This boot is comfortable but slightly too big for me. But that's okay. It's a boot.
Thick sock.
Yeah.
Very thick socks.
Thick sock.
Three pairs of socks. I don't know. Enough socks that your feet fry off. I don't know. Spontaneous foot combustion. I don't know.
Spontaneous foot.
Fun fact: this helmet.
Well, maybe you could, if you
is,
ran
in fact,
fast
a
enough.
functional Faraday cage. That's why I'm wearing the wired headset. If I wore a wireless headset, it would cut it off. I'm free.
With that helmet, you could be confused for an earbud.
He's cosplaying a pair of earbuds cases.
Yeah, he's currently just the right, I believe.
It's just the right
Yeah.
fucking earbud.
The left one's broke off. Needs to
I
get rewired.
believe I better resemble the liver-eating knight from Great Destiny Man.
I don't know what that is.
I second that. I'm confused.
Your lives are sad in Alien culture. I feel for you. All of you should know the saga of Great Destiny Man. His destiny was great, and he was a man. But we try not to hold that against him.
This stream is going weird places. Archive Man of the Mushrooms again.
It's a regular, ordinary, out-of-character stream. It's ordinary for it to be out of character. Very out of character.
So yeah, if you've never met Art privately, this is just him.
Yeah.
This is normal. This is normal.
I trusted you
normal.
with my secrets.
This is a normal arc. This is what you get when you leave him to his own devices.
Hey, when I first met up with him, he had auto-tune on and was singing to me, like talking to me with an auto-tune voice mod on. So it was really disturbing. I did not like it.
Oh, Assassin's asking, how do we know it's truly Arcater and not just some dude in a bucket?
Indeed,
Who else has
I could
shoulders
be
like that? Look at
anyone.
his shoulders.
I could be you. What are you
No.
doing on this out of character stream?
Ark-
This isn't meant
Ark
for
has
you.
very-
Get off right now.
You have very distinct shoulders. That's how we know it's you.
Distinct shoulder. Okay.
Well, I can't say as distinct ears. You can't see them.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Vindicate the arc. Well, I don't know. I guess part of the reason, like, he did start running the show, so that kind of proves it. We're here, and you guys can see us.
I have
There
no
is that.
responsibilities. You brought this upon yourselves.
It's Kettlehead. First of all, that's not how you spell Kettlehead. Second of all, no, it's not.
Kettlehead wishes was me head. But it wasn't in the
Kettlehead
budget.
would- Kettlehead would run the show better.
What
He'd be
show?
quiet.
I'm just saying. He would.
Relax. Maybe. Maybe. I should not be so... Couldn't I not want to get baited?
Joey Sara says, does anybody else also get this strange idea in their head about throwing magnets at Ark to see if they'll stick? Yeah, I just want to see him covered in fridge magnets. Just
Oh, that reminds me of a movie. Spaced Invaders. Prepare to die, Earth scum. The Martians that crash land on Halloween.
oh god, which Space Invaders? Yes,
It was a kids movie. It was back in the 90s. We
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it a long time ago.
drawing a giant blank.
Yeah, no, there was a guy that got turned into a robot, and like fridge magnets would stick to his face once they turned him into a robot.
I don't know
It's kinda
why.
funny.
Whenever somebody mentions like aliens crashing, for some reason, the first thing that always comes to mind is not like War of the World or Space Invaders or anything like that, or If Lives or whatever. It's always fucking killer clowns from outer space is the first thing that pops into my head whenever somebody mentions alien crash land.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's the most absurd answer.
Well, they did
Greetings,
crash
and
land.
hold on, someone's mentioned Streamlabs.
I
I'm not
love
sure
that
it went
movie, and I
through,
do not-
but we were just 16 minutes in, so I hadn't looked yet. We have two
I love killer clowns from
Streamlabs.
outer space, and I want to apologize for that.
Oh, yeah. We probably should address that. Why Spooky isn't here.
It's
Shouldn't feel good.
because...
Yeah. Not feeling the best, and so we decided to do the show without her, I guess.
Yep.
They were all shagged out after a hard day of doing whatever it is they do.
Apparently, killer clowns from outer space is actually the best answer to that question.
Killer
So,
Clowns
yeah.
from Outer Space is
I feel vindicated.
an underappreciated masterpiece. Since
It
we
really
don't
is.
actually have a proper schedule of an official sort, I suppose I could go on and read off the Streamlabs. I'm the only one with access to Super Chats and Streamlabs. I'm afraid they must all be read by me. No merciful release by listening to Spooky instead or Magog. No, it's all me all the time. But if you insist, I could do it in the voice filter. I don't recommend it, though.
No.
First off, Niska has donated 50 Signas to say, Happy birthday, rat!
Oh, that's cute. And thank you, Niska. Thank you very much.
Showing off my makeup anyway.
For the record, just since I'll put it out there, I am 40 today. 40 years old. So 1981 was a horrible year. Just letting you know.
This is going to
That's when I
be
showed up.
a hard start to your ascent to the American throne. But it can happen. It can happen. Next up, Brian donated 25 Signas to say, Happy birthday! It's your birthday! Even if it's not your birthday, happy birthday! Well, it's your birthday, not my birthday, but I had one this year. Well, no, I haven't had one this year. I will have one this year. Presumably Thorne has or will have one this year.
I do. I actually have one this month. It's actually April 28th. So me and Rat share a birth month.
Yep.
Oh,
You're the 28th, though. You're a Taurus?
Taurus.
month siblings.
Double Taurus. All the
Yeah, you're-
Taurus.
Yeah, you're a Taurus. I'm an Aries. Whatever.
I've been told this is why I don't leave my house, but I don't believe that.
I'm so
Doesn't explain
surrounded
why
by
I don't leave
horror.
mine.
I don't think it explains anything. I just think it's a state of being. I don't like.
And that's
Well,
it.
according to something all of the zodiac signs are off by like 2 months anyway, so they don't really mean anything.
Yeah, technically.
The infidel had donated another $25 because this isn't side quest, so I shouldn't say Signas. I don't know what to do. Here is some money. Thank you, the infidel. Your reaction is encouraging. Oh, I'm reminded.
You know,
I must apologize. Has anyone seen JTRW in chat? JTRW?
I have not.
Are you
I haven't
present? JTRW? JTRW?
Bueller.
Damn it! You're just gonna make this.
Bueller.
Me and Rad had the same thought, and you just quit.
I beat you. Sorry.
You had the same thought, but I put it in your heads.
Stop clanking.
Sorry, JTRW, but Pfizer's super attack cannot be activated this Monday. It will be activated next Monday, unless something goes weird on Friday.
It's still there. Why am I scratching myself with a box?
The note has been made. Also, I should note, Magog has informed me that health potions will no longer transfer between episodes.
Yeah, so I don't get to stay alive forever.
I was very disappointed because I was that close to doing the math for Arcturus, and he would have been insufferable.
I had 75 potions left, by the way.
It was
I wasn't gonna die for the rest of the freaking season. That's for sure.
Yeah, you were almost to like near immortality there, almost.
Pretty much immortal, yeah.
Now you're back down with the rabble, the common rabble like me. So there.
Nope.
Well, now Arcturus can't make me do the math, and that is good. I hate math.
You know, you could always ask me to do math if you need it. I'm pretty good with math.
I know people who are
I'm not Froman.
Don't begrudge them their talents, but I hate it. Hate.
Fair enough.
I guarantee you I hate it more. I get yelled at by...
Whip out our hates and compare them. Plus,
I got yelled at by
ruler for that quite yet. Jason Vincent has just paid $5. We'll call it to say 1981 was an awesome year. That's the year I was born. Hail Lobster!
Hail Lobster?
I have no idea where it's gotten started. I assume it's an evolution of...
Isn't it a Jordan Peterson thing or something?
Misapprehension, yes. Commonly cited by people who willfully misunderstood absolutely everything being said about it. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it had to do with... Go ahead.
Mort's in the chat.
Oh. Hello, chat, Mort.
Thank God you're not Froman. Oh, yeah. You know?
I also fucking hate math.
Look, maybe I should amend. I'm fearing that some of the mathematicians in the chat may be offended on behalf of math, which is crazy, because math is just a method of understanding. It doesn't have feelings. It can't have its feelings hurt. You're crazy. But, while I might hate math, it's more having to do it. As I can recognize what it's done for us. I'm impressed with the people who have command of it. I just don't want to touch it, ever, beyond the very basics necessary not to die. That's reasonable. Okay. I am a reasonable and stable person.
Sometimes I hate math enough that I wish I lived in a society where their counting system is 1, 2, and more than 2. That exists. There's language like that. It's just 1, 2, and more than 2.
Wait a second. I think I know where Hill Lobster is from now. It's because they actually put Jordan Peterson's words in Red Skull's mouth, which means that he should be Red Lobster.
Now that's that would involve a whole restaurant chain. I don't think they're going to do that.
It's a villain franchise. It comes
Yeah.
with a free basket of biscuits.
Yeah.
Cheddar Bay fucking biscuits.
Yes, Rhino
I
has
have-
confirmed it. That's where it came from.
I don't even know if it's dumber that Jordan B. Peterson is supposedly they made Red Skull sound like Jordan B. Peterson, or if they think that Red Skull is such a pathetic fuck that he'd actually have a fucking podcast. I'm not sure which is more offensive.
I don't know. I don't really care much for the dignity of Red Skull, but I have to say,
I do, because he's a good villain. Like, he doesn't deserve to have a fucking podcast.
he could be a good villain, but they've been abusing the character for just the longest time
I've
already.
been abusing all of them, including the ones that were, like, newer.
I mean,
Like,
couldn't
if
they
you
have...
ever read the original Run with America in him, she was a promising character, and they fucking ruined her.
Yes, they really have squandered a whole lot of... Oh, no. You're
She was
reminding me of
squandered. She was
things.
actually a
You're
really
reminding me of
fucking cool
Thorne. I resent it. Stop reminding me of things. Like... Look, I liked
Just-
WandaVision. WandaVision was good. I loved WandaVision. Paul Bettany nailed it. It was fantastic. I have nothing I feel worth quibbling about regarding WandaVision. But I have also, unfortunately, been watching Oppressed Man and Sad Man.
I
The
don't.
Adventures of, I think that's supposed to be, but I haven't really seen that.
Oh, are you talking about Bucky and Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hearing mixed reviews on Bucky and Falcon.
Look,
I heard they fucked up the Dormelage.
no,
They've also fucked up Black Panther.
they fucked up everything. Look, there's only one character who thus far that I've seen, I'm not giving details, I don't want to put any spoiler warnings on here, but there's only one character thus far in this series who has not seemingly proven to be a colossal fuck up on every single level imaginable. Just the one. And I believe they're supposed to be a villain.
No, I will fucking defend it when they fuck up villains. Like, just because they're villains doesn't mean they don't deserve good writing. We need good villains to have good heroes. So when they suck, the heroes do too.
At this point, the villain has been more heroic than the heroes.
I'm not even going to get into the fact that the DC just can't stop adding more characters. They can't fucking stop. It's just new characters constantly.
Before
There's
you
like
guys too
26
much further
members
into
of
that, just a second. I wanted to bring up one point before you guys went off on the tangent. I have never set foot in a Red Lobster in my entire life. Never.
Really?
Yeah, never. Not even once.
You've never looked for mediocre seafood in your life?
No, never have.
Huh.
I live in like the center of the United States. There's no seafood.
You're landlocked.
Yeah, it's one of those. If it gets here, it's probably gonna be bad. So
I'm not landlocked, but we don't exactly have an ocean either.
yeah.
There's no lobsters in Lake Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I know. Maybe there are now. Who the fuck knows anymore? No, there aren't, because there's salt water. Never mind.
Just
Shut
wanted
up,
to bring
Lauren.
that up. And my favorite restaurant of all time is seafood related, though. It's Long John Silver's. I love Long John Silver's. So,
Everything on their menu makes me ill.
well, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know why. Yeah.
In my
Probably
view.
Better
Use
than
a lot of the batter and the oils. Probably they really over batter and over oil everything. And
I mean, it's like a 1/4 inch of fucking breading on everything that they have.
well, that's the point. Like that's why I like Long John Silver's. You go there, you have a meal, and you feel like you're going to die before you finish the meal. That's like
No, yeah. Every long time
It's one of
Silver's
those-
meal feels like you're gonna have a heart attack.
yeah. And then you get out, and like 2 hours later, you're like, I haven't died. I haven't keeled over. I have succeeded. You know, it's like a mini success. That's why I like it. Anyway, sorry. Go back to the comics. I didn't have anything to throw in there.
Well, I was just saying, like, has anybody noticed that, like, when you look at a lot of the DC comics, especially the Batman comics, it's just a bunch of new villains and they never use any of the old ones. This isn't even like an argument of forced diversity or anything. It's just like every new writer comes up with a new villain or a new hero to add on. And it's just too fucking much.
yeah.
Am I the only one that has this gripe? I can't be the only one that has this gripe. Like, Batman doesn't need to have 26 members of the Bat family. We don't need it.
Yeah, that's actually a fairly good observation. I kind of
It's too
checked out of the comics a long time ago now, but
I've never been hugely into Batman, but I picked up a few like at like these were older ones. These were a few years old from like a garage sale, and I'm like flipping through them, just like, why are there so many teenage sidekicks? They're fucking everywhere. Like it's just like superpowered teenagers popping out of the woodwork in Gotham City.
I think
they're halfway to being the Bat Jacksons.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
much-
the last
They
Batman
passed
comic.
Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah,
the past 5 already. Oh dear.
I think the last.
Yes.
Yeah, the last Batman comic I got was a crossover one. It was Spawn, like versus Batman, back in the '90s. It was written by Frank Miller, and that was like I have both versions. Like there's the DC version, which is like Batman versus Spawn, and then there's like the Image version, which was like Spawn versus Batman. I have both of them. I just can't remember which was which anymore. But that was like it was the mid '90s. That was the last time I picked up a Batman comic of any sort.
Because like, there was one that I was flipping through, and I was just flipping through these. I didn't buy most of them, but I was flipping through one that has Scarecrow on the cover, right? I don't remember for the life of me what the fucking run was or anything, but Scarecrow's on the cover, which makes you think that Scarecrow is going to be a major character in the comic. Yeah, he doesn't even have any lines. It's
Wow.
just another new villain, and I can't remember the fucking villain because he's forgettable. And Scarecrow, who's on the cover, gets no lines.
Well, if this is Marvel,
He's in there. He just doesn't get any lines.
he would have several lines and probably teach you how to balance your credit or something.
Or just like have a nice
Scare-
scene in a diner eating shawarma.
Scarecrow teaches you how to file your taxes.
Something like that.
Cranes, fucking tax service.
Generic
Yeah.
advice of evil!
Well, I mean, it's the IRS. That's basically evil. That's like the most supervillain thing there is, isn't there?
See, that's what Red Skull needs to do. He needs to go work for the IRS. No, even better. Red Skull, ATF agent.
That'd be good.
I could see
That'd
it.
be good.
Look. He's
Red Skull will shoot
pro-fascism.
your
He
dog and
couldn't
laugh
be
about it.
more pro-fascism.
I mean, Red Skull will shoot your dog and laugh about it while he burns your house down.
Hmm.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What I'm waiting for is for them to bring back properly in the Marvel Cinematic Universe Doom. They can do it. And the comics have already screwed him up so bad, he's actually one of the greatest heroes in comic book history.
He actually did become a hero for a little while.
Yes. Might as well have kept him there. He saved humanity.
He did. He's done it a few times, actually.
Yep.
Do they still make the Fantastic Four?
Oh, I don't mean Fantastic Four. I think that experiment has failed enough times to put the fork in, it's done. I'm talking only Doom.
The Reed and Sue Storm are such shitty parents that their daughter didn't want to live with them and would rather live with Dr. Doom. Sounds about right. I hate Fantastic Four. They're my least favorite fucking Marvel thing. They are my least favorite. I've never liked them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think their time to shine is kind of past for that type of team, and just because like Reed Richards is just so obviously such an egotistical fucking dick.
Yeah.
Victor Von Doom has saved the Earth at least 5 times, at least.
Are we gonna just continue to ignore what's like going on with that thing?
Yes.
Pay no attention to Magnus Oinkelson. There. Jittery.
Bang. Okay, so now I have a piece of French fry lodged in my sinus somehow.
Really? Oh my lord! No.
I snorted at Magnus.
Don't be alarmed by the scary woman.
That's really painful. Hey guys.
That's not gonna be fun to get back out, I'm sure. I'm sorry. Oh my.
I got it.
I've imbued him with existential angst, and he must go back.
Yeah. Good I'm glad you got it out, but I don't want to think about it anymore. Just no. Oh God.
It's Lord Pinkle's turn anytime. Anyway.
I actually have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Horrifically.
Okay. That's not the same one. How many of those do you have? Are you starting a collection like Chatmore?
No.
Don't. Please do not put your finger in the pig's mouth near my face. That's horrifying. It's not. I don't even know which way to move right now. Disturbed by that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, people could see my ceiling fan or my oscillating fan behind my head. Oh no.
Lord Pinkles has been very bad. Lord Pinkles is adorable.
Why does he have a W on his side? What's with the W?
He knows.
Okay. I'm not going to ask any more questions there. So, what would you like to talk about, sir?
Well, let's see. There's a lot of dark topics in general. I would like to keep the mood a bit lighter. I don't follow sports much anymore. I kind of checked out on those during the great baseball strike some time ago. And like the hockey leagues, they didn't do any demonstration games, and that just really pissed me off. I think that even when they're on strike, they need to make a point of doing some sort of exhibition match just to keep on top of their game, but also to stress that their fans mean something to them, anything at all. I mean, for charity, what have you. But no, they just, hung out in their $1 million homes until they got their bigger share of the loot.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm confused as to what he was talking about. Did I miss the subject? I think I missed the subject. Who were you?
I know I
talking about?
I wasn't even in the room. Oh.
I'm not trying to be dumb on purpose. I just
Maybe you can fill me in.
Well, some time ago, in the olden days of Texas, there was this great baseball strike where the players wanted more money than the owners were getting, and so refused to play until they got more of the money.
Okay.
Lord Pinkles, I will destroy you. You can't die by normal means, but you can be destroyed. I don't care how I became animate. This is unacceptable.
No. Why does it crack me up? Am I the only one here who doesn't have pigs?
You might be, actually.
Because I don't have any of those. So
I found them in the fucking pet section as like a dog toy. Like days after Lyra got hers.
yeah.
I had to get them, and then now I have 2 little tiny ones that I can't find right now, but they're like mini party pigs. I don't know where they are. Why is that so funny?
I don't know. It's just
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna ruin my fucking makeup over farty pigs. Okay, so I need to acknowledge the fact that several people have given me compliments. Thank you. I love it too. I have noticed that it's not totally even, so I have to go back and get like a half an inch on this side taken off.
I think you're
obviously
the only one
can't add
who
more
can
here.
tell.
What?
Yeah.
I believe you to be the only one who can tell.
Yeah, I know. It's mostly me, but for my sanity. Mort, get in here. We're gonna have a pig off.
Indeed, Chatmore. Your people are calling you. Or your people's people. No, wait. But your pigs, they're being summoned.
You're being summoned by pork.
What was I was going to say something. I completely lost the thread now.
Is this dog toy halal? Ramadan's like tomorrow too.
I suppose it
Please
depends
don't ask me why
on
I know when
exactly how
Ramadan starts.
zealottish they're feeling.
Huh?
I mean, it's not a real pig, and a dog isn't actually playing with it, so would they destroy it and consider it halal on symbolism alone? Interesting question.
I don't know, because the dog thing isn't actually universal, I've learned. It's only certain regions.
Oh, and Creator Bob has attempted to inform you as to the nature of the baseball strike. Looking at in DMs apparently. But again, basically the teams thought that the owners were making too much money, so they went on the strike, refusing to play games. The Texas Rangers in particular didn't play any exhibition games that I was aware of. And that annoyed me considerably. Now, they posed a great standing point, because later on, the strikes occurred again, but this time it was hockey. And during that time, the Dallas Stars performed exhibition matches for the fans, just to, well, keep on top of their game and let them keep the fans on their side. It was a stark contrast. But that's neither here nor there. You asked me what to discuss. That's what I had in my head at the time.
That's fine. I'm not really a baseball fan. I'm actually more of a hockey fan, or used to be. I don't really follow it anymore.
No, I don't follow any organized sports at this point. I don't have the time.
I only follow baseball, so I know when to not get on the red line.
I used to kind of follow like some racing series, like World Rally Championship, Formula One, way back in the day, NASCAR, but I don't really follow any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I got the impression that the hockey cared, the Stars at least seem to care more for their fans than the baseball.
They do a lot of stuff for their fans, don't they?
I respected that. Joshua Van Noctis has paid $5 to say, Moon Knight for the win! Also, happy birthday, Rat. I'll buy a cake or something.
I mean, like, there's constantly things about the Blackhawks are doing, like, off-season for their fans. Or, like, giving away exhibition tickets and shit.
I do feel that should be part of the whole thing. So, wouldn't be wise about it anyway. Okay, well, caught up.
Hockey players have fans only, like an OnlyFans for hockey. They'd probably make a ton of money, honestly.
I bet something in their contracts these days prevents it, but you're right, that probably would be a gold mine.
Oh, we lost Rat, but also I've never gotten NASCAR, or like, if it's not a demolition derby, I'm kind of like, okay, what's the point though?
There's a lot of things I don't get.
I mean, I'm not saying like, if you like it, that's fine, more to you. I just don't get it. We're driving left for several hours.
But competitively.
Okay. Huh?
But
competitive
competitively.
Turning left. Yes, it's competitive turning left.
Indeed. But still?
Another left turn. Yep, and another left turn. And guess what? We're going to take another left turn. Demolition derbies are fun. I've actually been in one before. They're really neat to watch. They're kind of just fun.
Do you think any of the cars are modified to remove the ability to turn right just to save weight?
Probably not, because they still have to like move them into other positions that require turning right. Or like avoiding other cars on the track.
Well, they don't have to turn right very far anyway. In fact, they would be less turning right and more turning slightly less left.
I don't know.
I mean, they're constantly traveling to the left at all times, then all they need to do is travel slightly less left. They just need the ability to go straight, really.
Dollar Bill's a wrestling fan. Marston Johansson used to watch because of the insane setups the cars had, and apparently they don't have real cars anymore, which I don't know what a real car is. I don't even own a car. I drive as little as possible.
What have they replaced the real cars with? What
I
are these
wish-
fake cars, and what are they made of? Are they
I
cardboard?
don't know. Fiberglass with a big engine inside.
No show.
Hey, no show.
This is not side quest. It is side quest out of character, which is like side quest, but no one's in character. Absolutely no one's in character. Everyone's exactly out of character.
You believe it or not, this is actually normal for Ark. This is normal behavior. Rat can't connect to the meeting call.
Rolling roll cages with plastic fake bodies. Well, that would explain why the doors don't seem to open ever.
There he is.
Hello? Okay, that was really strange.
It's all right, Rat. You don't have to lie. You were so
Imagine-
brilliant by Joshua Magnox's donation that you lost it and burst into tears. We got to see it just for a second before you vanished, and you know it's okay to cry.
Scuba dealer says, imagine if NASCAR had half the drivers go clockwise, dodging each other would be fun. Yeah, that's what a demolition derby is.
Although, talk about something that really requires vehicles that are built for it. Engines in the back, and a lot more smashy bits in the front.
And probably a roll cage.
Or, you know, if they're going to be all safe about it, there's something even more awesome that hasn't been done that I personally would love to see. Demolition Derby, but with autonomous drivers, or even remote control. It's basically battle bots, but large enough to be dangerous and pose an explosion risk.
I just want to see more battle bots. Battle
I
bots
would
is fun.
settle for that, but no, now I'm set. I need to see weaponized cars smashing or attempting to tear each other physically in half with really smashy
metal,
bits and maybe
metal.
flamethrowers.
But real life.
Yes.
Well, wasn't BattleBots or one of the robot fighting shows, wasn't that hosted by Mick Foley for a while?
I don't
think
know.
so.
Yeah, there was one that, yeah, it was Mick Foley he was like the announcer guy for it. That was really cool.
Nick Foley's done a lot of weird stuff over the time, like such random shit. Saw him in movie for
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but I am aware that the first Robot Wars, which is one of the first introductions I personally ever had to it, was hosted by the actor who played David Lister in Red Dwarf. And they had house robots that were allowed to have all the really mean weapons that they wouldn't allow the competitors to have, including flamethrowers. It was great.
Oh, that's funny. The Domino R2 vehicle versus the Google self-driving spy Prius. That would be funny. Just have them fight it out. Although, maybe if you think about it, that the Domino's self-driving car might have an advantage because it could throw pizzas out of it and like cover the cameras on the other car, then it can't see, so it can't self-drive, thus giving the Domino's car an edge, possibly.
Possibly.
you know.
I might be overthinking this a little bit.
We're making jokes, but if all these companies want to make autonomous cars, like one way to like exhibit what your car can do would be to put it in a race.
Yeah.
And we can figure out, like, work out the kinks of self-driving vehicles in like a controlled setting instead of on the road with pedestrians and shit.
And get to enjoy massive fiery crashes, multi-cord pile-ups, and explosions without, you know, any guilt over any of the drivers biting it.
Or even a show that's like The Worst Driver in America, only good, and with autonomous cars instead of real people.
Yeah.
That show is awful.
Also, I really want national scale robot wars. Look, we would have the edge, America. I mean, so was to DARPA. What great way
No,
for
we're gonna
America
get
to
our ass
flex.
kicked. No.
Then to challenge the other nations to robot wars, have a great big arena, and it's nothing but Atli and Spots just armed with jaws of life and stuff, ripping into foreign robotics.
Well, like, there was a movie like that. It was like Robot Jocks or something like that. It was like
Yes.
the United States versus, or the Federation versus something like that. It was like basically the superpowers, but it was interesting.
It was.
That would be cool to have giant robots like that fight instead of like actual war. That'd be kind of cool. Just have giant duels between robots. I'm okay with this.
Yes. I think there's extra benefit to either remote controlling them or have them fully automated, but...
Well, yeah. I mean, in that movie, they were piloted, but yeah.
Indeed.
I just want to see an autonomous car doing like challenges like parallel parking and shit, and then running a slalom just to prove they can do it better than a human. It was a human.
It might have been like back in the early or mid 2000s. I remember DARPA had some sort of a competition with self-driving cars.
I think it was robots
between like a bunch of different people.
Not megabots. Maybe this was live action, but with basically I think it was claymation mix, wasn't it?
Yeah, stop motion models and that. Yeah, but it was the name of the movie was Robot Jocks, JOX, Robot Jocks.
Indeed.
It was bad,
no, but
it was good.
If we replaced warfare with robots, I'm pretty sure Japan would take over the world.
I don't know. At the very least, we have held a competition between America and Japan.
We're gonna hold our own. But, like, every competition that's America versus Japan usually ends with us getting our shit kicked in. I'm just saying.
Look, I think this just only encourages the allies to have greater respect for each other.
I don't know. Just robots fighting robots would be fun. It'd be entertaining to watch, at the least.
I'm trying to remember, like, yeah, it's entertaining is the main thing, but like, I'm trying to remember the competition I was watching with the American robots versus the Japanese ones, and like the Japanese ones are like half the size of the American ones, and they still won.
I don't know. I think I remember something about it at some point, but I don't remember.
Japanese androids do dance better than our robots so far as we've seen, but you know, I haven't really seen a straight-up competition between Atlas and one of theirs. You might be surprised. I mean, Spot's pretty agile, and I've seen them dance.
Oh, little dog creepy things?
Oh, yes. There's a YouTuber, a creator. What is his name? Well, basically, he somehow, I assume he's just wealthy enough to buy our organs at will, purchased a Spot, and then immediately modified it to piss beer into a cup when you set it on the ground.
That's the life I want to live right now.
He's a mad genius who I respect and fear in equal measure.
Meanwhile, somebody had the bright idea to put a gun on the back of them, and I'm just sitting here like, do you want Skynet? Because that's how we get it.
You know what?
Do not give robots weapons.
I've seen some of the videos, but
do not give the robot a 9mm. What the fuck are you doing?
No, I shouldn't.
Don't give Spot the 9mm. The last thing we need is for one to like gain sentience at that point.
There was a robot I saw. It was, I don't remember who made it. They were calling it the cheetah, and it wasn't completely perfected, but they got the thing to run on a treadmill at like 47 miles per hour. It was scary. Then, of course, all the hydraulics failed. It sprayed fluid everywhere, and it broke down. But still, it was like maintaining like 30 or 35 for like 10 minutes, and then they tried to speed it up to max it out, and when it hit 47, it exploded. But
by the way, Thorne, I do fully. Oh dear, I'm sort of breaking non-character, but I do fully understand the fear of sentience. But here's the thing: you need to realize we've already given the robots guns. That's what drones are. You've seen what they've done with them already. Not the most responsible, and we are.
Yeah, but those are mostly just robots with a bomb on it. I mean, a remote control with a bomb on it. These little guys can act on their own. So that's kind of my.
It probably will eventually, yes. Mind you, have you ever considered the potential upsides of an AI overlord? I mean, it's not guaranteed.
No, not really, because I've watched Terminator like 8 times. So no, not really.
Well, look, we're fed with absolutely horrible, terrifying, no good, very bad scenarios for a robot or AI overlord. It's not necessarily true. I mean, there are two uses of science fiction. One is to imagine amazing new things that would be really awesome, and then the other arm of science fiction is imagining how even the most mundane of those really awesome things will kill us all in terrible ways.
I mean,
I posit
people made an entire video on how a fucking metal straw can kill you. So
yeah.
that's not even close to sentient. That's just a tube made of metal.
Indeed. But consider that a self-improving AI overlord capable of taking over the planet may also be not malevolent. Maybe it even is quite fond of its creators as a whole. And even if it keeps us as pets, it's going to do better than the majority of the governments we have in place presently.
So iRobot instead.
Well, iRobot had the robots still being helpful without, ruling. In fact, maybe that was being stopped.
They locked everybody in their houses because they said it was safer. It wouldn't let anyone leave.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Where is that happening?
Yeah, I don't want that. I have enough of that for humans. I don't need that from
that's happening
robots
now regardless. Too. Look, that means the AI is bare minimum doing only as badly as they are right now.
I swear to fuck, if there's a fucking robotic Karen in the park telling me that I need to put my fucking mask on, I'm going to throw it into Lake Michigan. I'm done. That happened to me the other day. I was in the park, minding my own business, doing yoga and shit, and this lady comes from like 20 yards away to tell me to put my mask on. You were 20 yards away from me. You could have stayed 20 yards away from me. Instead, you're standing 3 feet in front of me while I'm doing downward dog, which is very awkward, by the way.
That's really...
I'm like, why are you standing behind me, first of all, you weirdo?
Okay, that's hideously intrusive. Once again, I would like to remind everyone that it's a good idea to cover your face, not with a mask necessarily, but just cover it so they can't see your face, however you want to go about it. After all, it meets the technical demands. I recommend a nice mirrored visor. It doesn't impair your breathing, it's nice and comfortable, often used with yoga, and in fact the supplier I found was basically a yoga supply company. But it also makes it impossible to tell if anyone sees if you're wearing a mask, so they won't get in your face, and thereby they will be safe from you, and you'll be safe from them.
Fun fact, masks also fuck up facial recognition software, so there's that.
So do the visors. See, it's all wins with the visors. This is why I'm just throwing it out there. You still fuck with the security state. It acts like a nice pair of sunglasses. It keeps your skin nice and smooth by blocking the UV rays. And you are also thwarting all of the mask Karens.
I've been preoccupied and lost since you started talking about sentient AI and machines. And my brain went to sentient AI toasters, and I've been terrified ever since. The idea of an intelligent toaster scares me really, really bad.
So,
I don't like that.
Have you seen Red Dwarf?
No. No, I've never watched Red Dwarf.
Oh. How about Fallout 3?
Fallout 3? I played it, but it's been a long time, so it's kind of hazy. Why?
Sorry, that reminded me.
No, actually, be New Vegas, wouldn't it? The Big MT and toast.
Welders' masks. Somebody took a picture of somebody in Chicago wearing an actual welder's.
Huh.
It's a mask.
Also, Joseph reports that masks do not throw off facial recognition in China, so that might have a lot to do with why the governments are okay with you having them now. Because if it doesn't throw off facial recognition in China, it's probably not throwing it off elsewhere.
I'm getting annoyed with my town because like people telling me to wear a mask and they're wearing it like, do I have one? No. Like here on their fucking chin.
Yeah, just under their mouth and everything. It's just hanging
it's not
here.
even over their mouth. Like, you should be wearing a mask. Do you believe in magic? Because that's the only reason I can think of that you're wearing it like this. Fucking chin diaper bullshit.
It's a superstition. Yeah. It scares away the COVID spirits. The evil COVID spirits. It's a...
Yeah, I just assume you believe in magic because that's not even going to help you with allergies at this point.
Well, the paper ones aren't even doing that anyway, so...
Help a little bit. As someone with allergies, They help a little bit.
Marginal.
The one with the vents help more.
Look, if you're trying to scrub out particulates, if say you think that my advice to wear just a visor is hideously reckless and you need to get super safe, then N95 or better if you're trying to scrub particulates. And you can't have cool facial hair like me.
There, I have a mask. There you go.
My
I
official
am
standards should work.
Completely
I'm
protected.
I'm actually thinking of just going and getting a fucking gas mask from Army Surplus.
Nothing's getting in through this. This is perfect.
You know that can actually work. You make a nice little frame that keeps it bound up at the very tip, and you just pull it up over your ears. A rubber band, maybe. As long as it's covering your mouth and nose, that's technically doing
it would work. It would work. I actually thought about it, and I was like, I don't want to walk around with my fucking beard in front of my face all day. So no.
I'm gonna go get one of those cyberpunk like fucking masks, the one with the spikes and stuff down the side. It's a mask.
Yeah.
My face is covered, and I look like a fucking lunatic, so people will stay away. That's a bonus.
Gas mask filters the wrong direction. Oh, but see, the idea is as long as it filters one way, it's good enough. I mean, the present ones don't filter at all, and they're good enough. So
yeah, I know gas masks
in
filters in the wrong direction.
The thing about the gas masks is that if you're looking to protect yourself, and hypothetically that's all I think you should ever be arsed with, then it's facing the right way.
There are cyberpunk actual like people that make these things that have actually made them with reversed filters or no filters at all, and they're just like they have just charcoal filters in them instead, just for COVID, so you can still wear a cyberpunk mask, and it's still following the rules.
Yes. Well, right now the rules are incredibly silly, so just about anything will follow them. Cover the mouth and nose, and off you go. It's as valid as any other approach. Yeah, that'll scare the spirits.
The infidel brought up a good one. The samurai armor mask. What is it? Yeah, like the Mempo, or I think it's Mempo. I think it's called. I can't remember. It looks like a demon's face or whatever. It's got its own mouth.
Only mouth,
in the
like
built in the mask. Yeah, it's like those are cool actually. They're in cyberpunk, but I always thought they were cool anyway. Then again, I always liked samurai armor just in general. I think it's beautiful. I don't think it's maybe the best armor out there, but I love the way it looks. I always was a fan of samurai armor. So, not that there's anything wrong with your armor arc, but you could try diversifying a little bit.
Oh, no, this is not a day-to-day affair. I just wanted to, compensate.
I know. Why? What do you have? What's your problem with samurai armor? Why can't you have samurai armor? Because I asked you to have samurai armor. What? No. I'm just hearing excuses.
I'm not supposed to say that. That's apparently a racial slur now. I don't know how. That doesn't.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm hearing that apparently weeb is being claimed to be a racial slur. I
don't give a fuck what any of those people says it. Whatever. You know what's a racial slur? Latinx.
Yeah,
that's not. It's not a fucking word. I don't care. It's a racial slur. Don't call me that. I hate it. I hate it so much. There's no.
Tinks.
That's not what the X sound makes in Spanish. Stop.
Tinks.
Yeah.
Latinx. I see it, and that's why I hear Latinx. I would not want to be called Latinx.
I actually had someone claim that despite the spelling, it's still pronounced Latino. I'm just like, then what's the fucking point? What was the point of that?
It's spelled with an X, but it's still pronounced with an O. What? Why? Why?
That's also not how the X is Spanish. Actually, the X doesn't really work in Spanish unless you're in Mexico. Because they're really the only ones that have those words.
Just trying to be deliberately confusing at that point. That's just deliberately trying to be confusing. I hate that.
Fun fact, it's also ignoring an entire group of actual Spanish-speaking people that were just like, actually, it's Latin, which makes more sense.
Yeah.
And they're just like completely ignoring that. It's like, no, the white college students say it's Latinx. I'm going on. Sorry, I hate it so much.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I don't understand why. I've seen that a lot lately. Like, people try to find one detail about you and go, that defines everything about you, just this one detail, even though every person everywhere is made up of so many different possible details. No. It's just this one thing. We're gonna define that and label you it, and ignore the rest of all the other things that you could possibly be. Why do that? That's just you're just limiting
That's why they
people.
collect all the labels. They never stop
Marston
at just
Johansson
one.
says-
They collect all the ones they can possibly make the case for. And just
You're
in
not
case one of them
gonna-
maybe is to stab someone, maybe another one can be.
The United States, yes, Spanish is the next most common language before English. It probably is worldwide too.
You're not gonna try and eat that through the helmet, are you?
No, I'm trying to kill with my pathogens.
Okay. I'll be back in a little bit. So carry on amongst yourselves.
He's just leaving. I'm just gonna go.
He's
I'm gonna
just-
go and rest.
just going to
I don't
abandon
even
us.
speak Spanish. I shouldn't be getting offended on behalf of people that do speak Spanish, but it's just so wrong.
It's just so tedious. It is all so very tedious.
I should learn Spanish.
A whole bunch of people who are being so terribly smug about how they're hypothetically improving the world, while aggressively, sometimes even violently, ignoring all the actual problems.
Oh, like if you are sitting here complaining about people spreading their legs on the fucking bus and saying that this is a real problem, you are coming from a place of privilege, because that's not a real problem.
Yes, if you think that's a real problem, well,
That's a minor inconvenience.
yeah. And don't
You're
get-
experiencing a minor inconvenience. It is not a hate crime. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. Minor inconvenience, not a hate crime, and well, no one has any business telling anyone else how to sit in a chair. They make so many assumptions in the process, and they only apply in one direction. I mean, I've seen people who will take up multiple seats even for singular bags.
I sat on somebody's purse once.
Yeah, was your
I'm
person
sorry.
getting tired, madame? Was it getting a bit hard of breath? Did you think it was nearing a stroke?
I'm sorry, bitch. Did your purse pay a fare? No? Then your purse doesn't get a seat. I'm like, move
Is
it
it
before I sit on it.
overweight?
Like, you're not going to sit on it. I'm like, I bet you the fuck I am, because I'm fucking exhausted. I've been working for 12 hours. So move it or I sit on it. She didn't
Yes.
move it. And then she did.
That's the correct way to go. You can't stay timid.
I also don't give a fuck about your groceries.
Well, you can. I wouldn't
Male
recommend
and
being
female
timid,
people
but
that do that.
well, look, there's a nice
sorry.
place to put your groceries and bags, generally
them in
speaking,
your lap.
between your feet.
At your
You
feet, put them in your lap. You don't put them in the fucking seat next to you and then, like, have 4 people that are standing angrily staring at you the entire train trip because your groceries are apparently special.
And
That's
basking legs and then
grossest.
squeezes your balls. In some cases, that might be the case. Maybe they have very
Yeah, I
sensitive
would not
balls.
wanna put-
Maybe they're swollen.
would-
Maybe they're horribly misshapen lumps of bloated, tortured flesh that can't handle even the slightest bit of disturbance. But these things are possible.
I'd rather put the groceries on my swollen balls than have them on the floor of the train.
You have swollen balls.
Honestly.
Okay, how do they
Theoretical
feel
swollen
about
balls.
that? I mean, one thing.
Huh?
They're, I suppose, to some degree, your swollen balls, but hypothetically, the biological owner might object to the groceries on them.
I was theoretical swollen balls,
Oh.
not real ones. Theoretical.
Hmm.
Were I to have sword genitalia, I'd still rather keep the groceries in my lap than put it on the floor of that train because I've seen what happens to the floor of those fucking trains. It's disgusting.
Fair enough.
It's really bad, actually. They need to stop letting homeless people use it as a toilet.
You know, I don't
Whoever
doubt
on
you, but I have to say
Oh,
I am used to sort of a communally shared higher standard for bosses in public spaces in general, really.
That's why you have a car. I don't have a car. I don't like driving. I very much so thus far for me, taking transit has still won out over paying a fucking car note, paying for maintenance, paying for insurance, paying like all the other shit that has to do with the car, and then loading with gas. Yeah, I'm good. I'm still good. I save a lot of money by not having a car. Occasional parking ticket because parking here is a nightmare. I'm good.
Belatedly, Joshua Van Noctis. I'm sorry, this has been haunting me for a while. I was trying to be quiet about it, but it's just eaten away at my patience to the point where I simply have to say it. Moon Knight is not for the win unless it's the SCP Moon Knight, who is vastly better.
Okay, I'd like to interject here for just a second. Gulf City, Peterbilt Confederacy. I saw it. I replied. I told you I don't like it. I don't like that toaster.
And also, I don't think driving is fun. Driving makes me severely anxious, and it's even worse if there's somebody else in the car with me. So, sounds like I live in a downtown area. I'm not downtown. I live in Chicago, but it's not downtown. I can't fucking afford to live downtown because, like, the lowest price place down there is like $500,000. Yeah, don't got that kind of money. It's not the hood, but it's not downtown.
I mean, I own a vehicle. I drive. It's old. It's an ancient like '90s Cadillac. I don't know. I just kept, it's not too bad on maintenance. I mean, it's had some problems, but gets me where I want to go. It's loud, obnoxious, and the air conditioning doesn't work, and now the windows don't work. So,
Mars public. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I'm not going to drive it much this summer because it's going to be a glass box of heat. I don't want to drive in it.
Marston Johansson said that public transit outside of cities is crap. I would kind of upgrade that to public transit within cities U.S. cities is kind of crap. Some of them don't even have any, and then public transit outside of cities is non-existent. Like what public transit? I grew up in a suburb that's not even that far from Chicago, and there's no public transit out there. None at all.
Yeah, so
I'm not counting Amtrak.
The public transit available in cities does vary quite a bit from city to city. Oh no.
Make it so it's on top of his head.
I'm trying. Hang on. No, be a dickhead. Come here. Let me crown you.
No.
Let me.
Hey! You're not even my real dad.
Accept your fate, damn it.
I can't stop laughing.
I don't know why I have this. I'm reading with eyes.
I just loved how he was flailing about. I'm sorry. I gotta calm down. Okay. Oh.
But yeah, this is the thing that lives on my desk.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
So it's the small plastic equivalent of Magog's best buddy.
It actually kind of is, but it's like a small little silicone squishy one. I picked it up and I started like smushing it, and I'm just like, wait. I'm gonna try and make Ark a dickhead.
Alright, apparently someone got accused of manspreading on a motorcycle, but that just sounds like a pickup line to me.
Don't you have to spread your legs to get on a motorcycle?
I've never seen someone riding a motorcycle side saddle, not while driving it anyway, or outside of some sort of
not intentional.
It sounds to me like they were coming on to them, because where were they expecting to sit exactly?
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how they expected them to sit on the motorcycle.
Yeah. They were riding on it, or were they actually like operating it themselves, or were they like riding as a passenger?
They were accused of manspreading.
Martin, you laugh at side saddle motorcycle, but like some of those dudes in India do some really weird shit just for fun on motorcycles, including riding them side saddle. or on the handlebars.
Yeah, I've seen some of those videos.
How do you man spread in a sidecar?
I don't understand how. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not. To be fair, I don't know much about motorcycles. From what I knew, if you're riding on a motorcycle, there's controls on both handlebars, and then there's also foot controls on both sides. So if you're sitting side saddle, you technically can't operate part of the controls of the bike. I could be wrong though. I don't know.
I guess they can still do the throttle, and then you just go back and forth to control it.
I don't know what's like with the foot.
I didn't say it was safe. I said they could do it.
Yeah, I don't know if the left side does something different than the right side. I know that there's foot controls. If you're sitting side saddle, you don't have access to all the controls. If I remember right, I'm motorcycle. As far as motorcycles though, I don't know anything. I've never even. I think I rode on one once when I was like 4. I've never been on a motorcycle since, so I have no idea.
All I know is that I've seen some crazy ass videos, or like people carrying an entire coop's worth of chicken on a scooter, like live chickens.
Yeah, that's
crazy ass shit. I'm just like, I appreciate the ingenuity it took for you to get 12 chickens on the back of a scooter.
Yeah, that's definitely some dedication to trying to.
It's really heavily fortified.
I don't know. As far as vehicles, I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff, like people driving cars that are just completely wrecked. You know, like they were rolled and smashed, and they're like sticking their head through one of the broken windows, driving it, and the car is completely mangled, and somehow they're still driving it. I don't know how they do that. But that wasn't a motorcycle. That was like a truck or something.
I guess when you have to get from point A to point B, you fucking find a way.
Yeah, I guess. I just think it's odd.
This is actually a pretty rare opportunity to interact with more thoroughly with the audience. Before we do, though, I just want to. I suppose this is one of those out of character things, so we should talk about how the show's been going so far. The 2 shows that I've successfully pulled off. How are you all enjoying it thus far? In particular, do you have any recommendations for the future? Your feedback is important to me, of course. I'm not going to take any notes, but I will care deeply.
Which shows, two shows so far, which ones are you talking about? You're talking
Monday
about
shows. Yeah, side quest Monday shows.
The shows that you've been on.
Yeah.
Haven't we done 3 already? And this is the 4th?
This one
No, the shows that our computers run.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Sorry. Misremembering things. It's fine.
I mean, I think things are going well. We're slowly kind of finding our own stride because we have a new person, down a person. So it's like a new kind of dynamic, I guess is the word I was looking for. And I think it's falling into place nicely.
Indeed. I have some concerns, not really for myself, but, questions I just want to know and the answer to, and see if I can maybe help with, mostly you, Pentagast. As Pentagast, yes. Are you feeling bothered by the fact that you might have been slightly upstaged by your hat?
No, actually, no. I don't really know. I don't have a problem with the hat.
That's good. That's good. Because you can work with that, you can roll with it, and it can grow with you. It doesn't have to overtake your entire persona to the point where we could just replace you with a hat. That doesn't need to happen.
I mean, I could just like stick the hat on the chair.
So don't worry about it replacing you on side quest.
Yeah, I mean, I could just like I said, just tape the hat to the top of my chair and then like off camera, like get a hook and just push the chair around a little bit. I guess that would work. I mean, why would I do that?
I don't know where you were going with that idea or why you were going.
He's the one implying that my hat is somehow more of a character than I am.
No,
Suddenly a
no,
cat
I just said
puppeting.
it might have staged a bit. Not that was going to replace you. I was telling you, in fact, not to worry about the hat eventually replacing you. I mean, you're the one who seemed to actually agree and then run with it. But
Do you want
that probably means
the hat to
nothing.
replace
It
me?
doesn't
I mean,
signal agreement. Sure.
has our friendship decayed that much that you'd rather have a hat here than me? I mean,
In seriousness, no. I am kidding. I'm kidding. As many of you may know, I've actually had a very lengthy experience working around Rat's general vicinity. I would say with, but no, he's not a very loud person, and
I'm actually far more vocal than I ever used to be around
it's
you.
true. You've come a long way.
SideQuest has kind of forced me to be a little bit more talkative and a little. I mean, granted, there are times when I'm not on stream that you get me around the right people, and I don't know how to shut up and ramble even worse than you do. But Ark. But I mean, you know, most of the time, like I feel, even though it's still pretty early on, I feel pretty comfortable around working with you guys and just trying to throw different things at you guys or trying to bounce off the ideas you guys throw at me. Just the improv stuff is coming along. I feel like it's going pretty well. I'm sure at some point I will, you know, go back to being deer in the headlights, you know, like I usually am.
There's no reason we should backside like that.
It happens.
I mean, it does happen. It still happens to me. It's going to, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Backwards. And Ezeb assures me that I'm in no danger because the goggles won't replace sometime soon. That is correct. They know what I will do to them. In any case,
I mean,
no, just saying that you're doing great after some joking. Also, that well, I had the thought again, it ran away. Back here, damn it.
I also.
Oh, right! What SideQuest has done for me. Yes, it's helping me to be a greater asshole than I ever thought I could be on camera.
Same. What it's done for me is kind of like encouraged me to be a little bit more creative, and I've been doing world building of my own on and off for a while, and I kind of picked it up a little bit more after SideQuest, but also, you know, I'm kind of starting to do random photo shoots and stuff for like my own benefit as like a creative outlet. I wasn't doing that before, so that's a thing that it kind of encouraged me to do because the husband does photography, so I decided I'm just be like, I can do modeling. I'm really shitty at makeup, but
still, that's cool that you're doing something creative. It's awesome if you're doing some creative endeavor. That's cool.
It had been a very long time since I'd done like anything creative or anything. Basically, since I dropped out of college, I hadn't really done anything creative since then. So it's nice to kind of be back in it, even though it's not the same type of creativity that I had originally taken up.
Yeah,
I used to draw. Now I don't draw anymore.
I'm
not going to.
Never had the talent for drawing, really.
Me neither, but it was fun.
Yeah. Quite a few years back, I like the only real creative endeavor I had was probably 7 or 8 years ago. I kind of got roped into being the DM of a Pathfinder group and had to learn the rules on the fly, and basically in like 3 weeks created an entire world and backstory and all sorts of random encounters. And you know, I was doing a lot of the like drawn up maps and doing all that stuff. It was fun creative process, but it was kind of a letdown because like I did, you know, 3 weeks worth of work and we started playing and everybody thought it was great, and then maybe a month into it, everybody just went, I'm bored, and they quit. And I was like, I went through like almost a month's worth of work so you guys could just say I'm done and give up. Kind of killed my want to do anything with tabletop games in general. Granted, I had a bad group, but it just killed any passion I had for it because I really got into it and was really excited to see what would happen. And then, yeah, other people just kind of ruined it for me. So,
man, I used to love the heavily into RP rather than statistics and everything. I kept getting DMs that were very big into the numbers, and then there's me. I'm just like, how the fuck do I divide again?
Yeah, I was more of a not so much on the numbers and the rules. I was more of a let's just see what we can do to make things interesting and move things forward. I was all about getting them further into the story and burying them into some other thing that they weren't expecting, but not so much
all
about
caps in chat. I get the impression Joshua Van Noctix has just learned about Moon Knight here, the SCP that is more Moon Knight than Moon Knight, and just so much.
I think he might be responding to what Rat said, though.
Yeah.
And Lark was completely killed for me by a certain group of folks playing Vampire the Masquerade. If anybody's into any kind of role playing, I think they know exactly the people that I'm speaking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Never did play Vampire the Masquerade. Never found anybody. Well, where I live, there's so few people that are into any of that type of stuff. Just even tabletop stuff, it's just few and far between.
I did like Vampire quite a bit. I was really excited for the new book. And then it came out. And there was all that shit with it. And I'm just like, no. Another thing that I like, down the drain. Fine, I'm just going to play the old edition. Screw it.
That's the correct way to respond to it, because they can't control how you
I'm
actually
gonna
play
go.
the game.
I will go and I will buy a copy of Looking Glass Theater online. Fuck you.
I have a hypothesis as to why this keeps happening. It's, yes, people who initially liked a given property, but they don't have much to recommend themselves. They don't go out and fight wars. They don't help the poor. They don't pick up trash. They just kind of, live rather comfortable lives, but want that feeling of purpose and think that they can dovetail their interest with a noble cause in the least effort way possible.
Oh no, yeah, no, you can't put any actual effort into solving any of the problems of the world. You just gotta be like, no, we're gonna put a paragraph about Trump in the foreword, because that's gonna hold up in 6, 7, 8, 10 years.
What was that in? Is that in a game?
Yeah, the new Vampire the Masquerade book basically had a "No Republicans Allowed" paragraph in their introduction.
Wow.
It was really dumb. I'm heavily paraphrasing, but that's essentially what the gist of things was.
Maybe they should have just titled it "How to Lose Money" by alienating a whole section of your audience.
Also, they changed a bunch of stuff with the different clans to make them nicer and less like monsters, and I'm just like, but they're fucking monsters. You're not supposed to be a good guy in Vampire the Masquerade. You're the villain. You're the baddie. You're a horrible blood-sucking fucking parasite.
But I must.
What did I do to Art?
It's okay. He's just trying to eat his hands. It's okay.
No, yeah, it's you're not supposed to be pretty. Like they made the Nosferatu actually not that terrible to look at, which I'm just like, no, they're supposed to be fucking hideous. That's like the whole point of the fucking clan, is that they're monsters. They don't have redeeming features.
Contrasted would be interesting.
You're a blood-sucking pseudo-demon. It is not Twilight. Help.
Yeah.
Let's make vampires monsters again. How's that?
Okay, I'm a bit conflicted here. On one hand, they've done a terrible thing, and that's something I would like to see remedied. On the other hand, having grown up through the era of Anne Rice and Bram Stoker's Dracula, when they made vampires just the coolest, hottest thing ever, to where I had to be subjected to countless vampire Lestat, Lestit, and Lestot wannabes and all sorts of media. This will pain you. I'm sorry. While I hate Twilight, I remain grateful for Stephanie Meyer for making vampires uncool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But
I kind of mostly
mythos, and it's amazing how little I deal with it after that.
Well, I would love some more Bram Stoker style fucking vampires. That would be great.
I don't begrudge you that. I just don't.
Because he was still a monster, but he was a charismatic monster. But still very much a monster.
Yeah.
Still, you can be charismatic and monstrous. One does not preclude the other. And like Dracula was kind of both in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Because I mean, if you actually drew up his physical appearance, he's not a good-looking dude. He's kind of like really hairy and weird looking, but he was still charismatic enough. But it just kills me that they got rid of like the Nosferatu's main clan weakness in terms of equality.
Never take away weaknesses.
Ugly motherfucker. Point of no
it's not bad enough. That's why I hated. That's why I hated vampires so much, because they didn't keep their weaknesses. They kept getting new powers. They became angsty goth Superman or darkly mentic whinging about their.
Yeah, suddenly you're just fucking edgy Batman.
Indestructible, immortal, and just
edgy Batman. Batman's already edgy. He doesn't need help with that. Yeah, edgy superhero. Ooh. I'm an anti-hero, guys. Ooh.
Yes, but biologically impelled to still be a predator, and generally better off dead to the world.
This is why the best vampire movie is Salem's Lot.
So I'm hideously biased against vampires, even as fictive entities, and if they were real, would probably be some form of hunter.
Did any of you ever see the movie 30 Days of Night?
Yes. I have mixed feelings about it.
I didn't like the ending, if I remember right. But
I don't remember the ending, actually.
I can't remember it either. It seemed like it, from what I remember, it was like sad and like emo-y, and I didn't like that part of it. But I like the idea that they were just vampires that were drifting around in a giant hulk of a ship and trying to stay in the dark.
Okay. I'm not pretending to be your dad. I'm not telling anyone what they can like or shouldn't like. I don't do that. I'm just telling you what I personally don't like.
Joshua Van Noctis said Nos and Tori are my two favorite clans. My two favorite clans were Nos and Malkavian. One time I was trying to play a Malkavian, and the one dude who didn't want me to play anymore made it so that my Malkavian's OCD was so terrible that if anybody just threw shit on the ground, she would have to stop and pick it up because he was just trying to get me to quit playing. I didn't even get to do chops to get out of it. I just had to do it. See that I didn't know at the time, but that's what's called being a shitty game master. So it made my character not very much fun to play.
Yeah.
Well, I have the sense
Near dark
that things are starting to wind down. Unless does anyone have objections to shutting down here shortly? Or are there objections from the audience? We've been slowly.
I don't need objections.
Okay. And for the record, it might be a good idea in my case because I'm basically wearing a greenhouse. It's raining in here.
Have you started, your own flora and fauna inside there? Yeah.
You chose to wear a tin can to this.
Are you cataloging the wildlife inside your helmet?
I'm not so abnormal that has happened already, although I probably should carefully sponge it out afterwards.
Okay.
Leave it to the telepathic sea slug. I don't know.
Yes.
Lord Blackwood cannot be mocked.
Lord Blackwood?
Lord Blackwood.
Telepathic sea slug. I made an SCP reference.
Lord Blackwood was a hero,
He's a scholar and a gentleman, even though we can't actually prove he did anything that he said he did.
My mind went to movies immediately, and I thought you were talking about Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
And whose fault is that art? The fact that it's raining. Well, okay, it's my fault, but that's. Look, I was.
Yeah, you chose to wear a tin can.
Yes, I did.
I thought it would be entertaining.
Surrounded by nerds. Yes, you are surrounded by nerds. Sometimes we fully show our nerddom and dress up. Who did you think you were watching?
Do you know that in Dr.
Magog
Seuss's,
is the king of the nerds here.
if I ran the zoo, he, the kid, that McGrew bastard, declares that he intends to capture a nerd for his zoo? A nerd! And it looked nothing like any of us!
Excuse me, I identify as a dork. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to remember if they actually declared he's going to capture a dork. He might have.
Do it. Speaking of names, like if you're a dork, does that make? I mean, like, can I take dweeb? I always like dweeb.
I'm the dork. That's a dweeb.
Yeah, I'm the dork. I don't think you have one. I mean,
yeah, no, you're currently wearing a freaking helmet. You are the dork.
Yeah.
Yes. See,
I don't even need to shove you in a locker. You put yourself in a locker.
Yes, you did.
Okay, well, as Easy knows, this is now an established trend, I realize. And occasionally I play some Phasmophobia with Chat and Mortonizub, and yeah, I tend to put myself in the locker in the mission waiting room. Just cozy, but now I get it. It makes sense now. It's because it's like a suit of armor, and I just want to feel safe.
Okay.
I thought it was going to get weird for a moment there. Well, I think that's a good ending moment. Any last?
Yep.
No? No last words?
Bye, everybody. See you next
Vampires
time.
are cool.
Vampires are cool. And that one scene in Twilight was actually kind of good. The fight scene was actually kind of good. Just watch that and nothing else.
No, no, no. And once again, sorry, GGW. We'll get that special attack in next time. Cheers. And we're out.
It is.